Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button and please push that like button because it does help get the algorithms out there so everyone can find this channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today I want to show you the last, I think, of the ripples that I'll be doing for now. I've done a numerous ripple stitch tutorials and I wanted to end with this one. This is the Simply Easy Ripple Granny. The reason why that's called a granny is because you have 3 double crochets together, just like when we do the granny stitch or the granny squares stitch. So now I want to show you how easy this is to make. I used an eye hook for this. I also want to mention that I also used, this is a Color Theory yarn, and this is by Lion brand. If you ever are looking for a really soft yarn for something special that you want to make, whatever, this is really the yarn that I would recommend because it is really, really soft. This is a 4-weight yarn. I want to mention that as well. So now let's get started. Now this particular pattern, you will have to do multiples of 24. So it would be 24, 24, 24 until you get to your desired width. Whatever you want to make, baby blanket, Afghan, a scarf, whatever you want to make with this. You could even make a shawl with this, and I'm sure there's a lot of other things, a pillow, whatever you want to make with this. You would do 24, 24, 24 until you get to your desired width, and at the very end you add 3 more stitches. So now let's get started, why don't we? So what I did ahead of time was, because I did a multiples of 24 and I did 3 times, I did 24 3 times, and then I added my 3. I did my chains ahead of time. I want to mention this is your working chain. These are your chains. They look like these. And at the very end is your slip knot, not considered a chain. So I'm going to do this because this is for beginners to advanced, everybody in between. Beginners, do not be afraid of this stitch. It's easy, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make. So what you're going to do is, after you make your chains, you're going to go to the 6th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that 6th chain, you're going to put 3 double crochets. Now I want to mention, see the chain here? I'm going to go, and then you see this cross chain, I'm going to go underneath that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to give it a nice stable foundation. So I want to show you, I made a double crochet. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 more double crochets. 1, that's 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Now I want to let you know that the hardest part of this Afghan is doing this. Once you're done with this part to start your foundation row, it's easy sailing from here. So this is going to be the most difficult part of the whole Afghan. So now after you do your 3 double crochets, you're going to skip 1, 2 chains, and in this next one, you're going to put 3 more double crochets. And like I said, you're going to go in here, but I want you to go below this so that you have this at the top. I want to show you. Because like I said, it's going to give you a little more, it's just going to finish it nicer. So you're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And that's what it looks like. So now you're going to skip 2 more chains. 1, 2, and in this next one, you're going to put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now I want to mention that you're going to be doing 3 of these sets, but you're going to be doing, you have 3 double crochets in that set. You're going to be doing 4 of these sets. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do 1 more. So you're going to skip, skip, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets. So you're going to be working 3 together, sets of 4. And when I say sets of 4, I mean 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have 3 more double crochets, all in that same spot. After you do that, you're going to chain 1 and chain 2. And you're going to go right back in this spot and put 3 more double crochets. So you're going to go right back in there and put 1, 2, and 3. And that's a peak. So this is what you made. You made a peak. There's your valley, there's your peaks. So now let's get going. In other words, valley, peak, peaks and valleys. So once you do that, you're going to skip, and I want you to look at this. You're going to skip 2 stitches. 1, and you want to make sure you're looking. 1, 2, and in the next one, you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to be working peaks and valleys. There's your peak. So now we're going down. Because we're going down, and you want to see that you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your sets of 3, you have 4 of them. You have a set of 3 going down, 4 of these sets of 3. So you got 1, 2, and now you're going to skip this chain, and then in this spot you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So you have 1, 2, 3. You need 1 more set. So you're going to skip 2 again. 1, 2, and in this next one, you're going to put 3 more double crochets. So you'll do 3 more granny stitches. Let's just put it that way. So now, like I said, you have peaks and valleys. There's your peak. Peaks and valleys. You have peaks and valleys in this stitch. So now you're going to do your valley. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip 1, 2, let me just get this so you can see it. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in the next stitch, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And I'm going to count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in this stitch, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And that, you would say, oh, that looks going to look weird, but you're going to see that it's all going to work out. So you put your 3 double crochets in the same space. And when I say this is what you're doing your peaks and your valleys. So now that you have that done, and I'm going to show you, there's your valley. So you got 1. Because you want to have 4 of these, so you got to do 3 more. You're going to do 1, 2, you skip these 2, and in this next one, you put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So you got 1, 2 sets. You got to make 2 more sets. So you're going to skip 1, 2, and in this next one, you're going to put 3 more. So you're going to put 3 right in that same spot. And you need 1 more, because you've got 1, you've got 2, and you've got 3. Always skip 2, 1, 2 chains, and in this next stitch or chain, you want to put 3 more. 1, all in the same spot, 2, and 3. Now, I want to just turn this about so you can see it. Your peak, your valley, you're going to make another peak. So right here, you've got to chain 1, chain 2, and right in that same spot, you're going to go and you're going to make 3 more double crochets, because you want to make your peak. And you will repeat this method until you get to the end, and I'm going to go with you so that we can do it together. So there's another peak. So now we're going downward. So you made 1, you've got to make 3 more of these sets. So again, you have to skip 1, skip 2, and in this one, you're going to put 3 double crochets. I want to mention, if at the end you're off, the only reason that you would be off is because you might have gone and either skipped a chain, or you might have missed a chain, or should I say, or you went a chain before. So, and here we go again. So there it is. So what I'm saying is, instead of going skip, skip, and then put one here, you might have been skip and then thought you skipped one. So don't be worried if you're off when you first do this. So now you have 2 sets here. We've got to make 2 more sets. We're going down. So we're going to skip, skip, and in this next one, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Since we have 3 sets, 1, 2, 3, we've got to put 1 more set. So what we're going to do is skip, skip, and in this next one, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to put this down so you can see what we did. And that's what it looks like. I'll flatten this out. Peak, valley, peak, valley, just like the one above us. Peaks and valleys. You'll be able to tell where you're at. But like I said, once you get past this, you'll be fine. So now that we did our peak, right, like we did here, we got to do another valley. So we're going to skip 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the next one, you're going to put 3 double crochets. So let me show you again. Skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in this next one, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And that gives you your valley right there. So now we're going to continue. We want to make 3 more of these sets because we always want to have 4 together in the sets. 1, 2, skip, and then the next one, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You've got 2 sets already, so you've got to do a few more. So you're going to skip, and in this next one, you're going to do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then, again, you're going to skip, and in this next one, you're going to do 3 double crochets. So you did your valley, you're going to do your peak again. So you're going to chain 1, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in this same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to go and you're going to skip, and in this next one, you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. There's your peak. 1, 2, we need 2 more sets. Skip, another one here. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do the last part. This is our peak. So we did 1, 2, 3, and we want to make 3 more. Skip, and in this next one, we put 3 double crochets. Now this is what happens at the end. You're going to have 3 chains left. 1, 2, 3. Skip 1, skip 2, and in that last one, you're going to make 1 double crochet right in that last stitch. And sometimes that can be a little hard because it's tight. It's a tight stitch, but at the very end, you're going to put 1 double crochet. And that's at the end. And that's what it looks like. And you're going to see you have your peak and your valley. So now we're going to do our repeat row. And this is where it's great. So you're going to do your repeat row. And this is going to be the row that you're going to do over and over again until you are finished with this Afghan baby blanket, whatever you're making. This is going to be your repeat row. So let's continue. You're going to chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. And you're going to turn your work. You are not going to do anything in this stitch or here in this opening, but we're going to be working in every opening across. So what's going to happen is between these 2 sets right here, we're going to put 3 double crochets. And when I tell you this is going to be your repeat row over and over again, and it just gets easier. If you want to change colors, you can. If you want to stick with one color, you can. So there's our first set of 3 double crochets. So now we're going to look for the next opening, and it's always between the sets. So we're going to go here, and we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to go to the next opening right here, and we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Once you're done with that, you're going to be heading, because you've got 1, 2, 3, so you've got to make a 4th one. You're going to be working in this chain space because you're going to be making a peak. So you're going to go in here and you're going to put 3 double crochets in this peak. 1, 2, and 3. Once you do that, you're going to chain 1 and chain 2. And right back in there, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're working our way down because we did our way up to the peak. We're working our way down. We're going to go into the next open spot, and that's where we're going to be working in the open spots between the sets of 3. We're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, because we're heading towards the valley. In the next spot, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And I just want to get out of that and go back in. And this is what you're going to do over and over again. Once you get past this row and you do this, it's just going to be repeat over and over again. And you're not really even going to have to, you're going to know where you're going to go. So it's not like you have to start counting like you did with this first row. Next spot right here. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to go and you're going to do a valley. And this is where it's really easy. You're going to skip over this and you're going to skip over this and you're going to go right to this spot. This is where you made your valley. You're not going to worry about doing anything there. Nothing here, nothing here. Into this next open spot. And you're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And see what I mean? You made your peak and now that's the valley. So now we're going to make 3 more double crochets here in the open spaces. Three here. And you're working your way up. So you're going to be going to another hill. You're going to go to another peak. So you want to do 3 in that spot. And you're going to the next peak. And you know when you're there because you can see it. There's 2 here together and there's chains in between. You're going to go in there and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 1, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do 3 more double crochets in that same spot because you're making your peak. And now what you're going to be doing, and there's your peak, you're working your way down. So you always work your way up the peak, down the peak, up the peak. So that's what we continue to do. So now we're working our way down. So we're going to go into this next open space. 3 more double crochets, or should I say 3 more granny stitches, whatever you want to call it. Right here, 3 more double crochets. You're working your way down. So you have 1, 2, 3. You need 1 more right here. And this will be easier to handle once you get a couple of rows into, because at the beginning it's kind of feels like it's kind of twisted. Don't worry about that because it'll all get nice and flat. So in the beginning it will feel kind of twisted and that you have to almost like play with it, but you'll be fine. You're going to do a valley, so you're going to skip this and this. And in between here, you'll skip and you're going to go right here because you want to make your valley. So you're going to go into this next one and do 3 double crochets. And there's your valley. So you have 1, do another one in the next open space. And we're going to continue across. You're going up now. You're going up to the peak because you were in a valley. So you made 1, 2, 3. There's your valley. And here is your peak once again, right in the middle there. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then you can chain 1 and 2 and 3 more double crochets right in that same spot because you're going to make your peak. So you want to make 3 more. And once you get this, you'll be fine. You'll just go, and again, beginner to advance, and this is the Simply Easy Granny Ripple. So now we're going to go into this spot. We're going to do 3 double crochets. Going to do this spot here, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And again, this is your repeat row over and over again. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. You're at the very end. You have 1 set here, and then you have your chains here and this right here, this opening. What you're going to do is you're going to go right in this opening, not in the chain, right in this opening, and you're going to make a double crochet. And believe it or not, it's going to give you a nice clean edge. Nice clean edge on both sides. Both sides will be nice. So now let's do 1 more row. Chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. And we're going to turn our work. Again, we never go in this spot or do anything here. We jump right over to these empty spots. And we put 3 double crochets in each one of those spots. Now, we're working our way up to the peak. So we're going to do our sets, and they always come in sets of 4. Sets of 4 granny stitches. And granny stitches being 3 double crochets together. So we're going to do that all the way, and then we're going to get to the peak where you have the 2 sets together and the double crochet in the middle. Or should I say, I'm sorry, 2 sets together and the chain in the middle. Once you do that, you're going to go right in here and put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to chain 1, chain 2, and then put 3 more double crochets in that same spot because you want to make your peak. And you know, because you've already done this below, because this is row 3, you're going to just follow with that row which you did from the row below. So you're just going to keep following that, and you don't even have to, like, you can watch TV, you can do that, and you don't have to worry that, oh, I gotta count, how many am I, where am I? You'll know, because it'll just give you your pattern from the row below, sets the pace for the rest of whatever it is that you're making, Afghan scarf, baby blanket, whatever. So here we go again. And it's always 4 sets of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do our valley. So we're going to skip this and go right in here and do 3 double crochets. And go right across. That's our valley. So that means because we made a valley, we're heading towards a peak again. And here it is. Double crochets here, double crochets here, chains there. Gonna go right in there, put 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the same spot. I really do love this pattern. It's such a pretty pattern. And it's a knockoff from the granny square pattern. It's a nice change. So now we're going to go down, because we're going to go down in the valley again. It's a nice change. You can use up a lot of different yarn colors that you want. You could make all different colors, or you can stick with one color. It's up to you. I have made baby blankets in this. I have made scarves in this. It's just such a pretty, pretty pattern. And it salutes the granny just in a different way. So 1, 2, 3. So we know we got to make one more set, because there's always a set of 4. And now we're coming down from the peak. So we know that we're going to go to another valley. So we've got to skip this, go right here, and make 3 more double crochets. But we know that we just made a valley, because we finished that peak and we're going down to the valley. Now we're going to go across and make 3 double crochets in the openings that are in front of us. And we know we're going up to another peak, because we go down and then we come up. I like to make these tutorials for everyone, so everyone can follow along, write it down. You can work with me, and I want to be able to open it up to every level of crochet, even if you've never crocheted before. So you have 3 sets here. We got to make one more, because we make them in set of 4s. We're at the peak again, so we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and make 3 more double crochets in the same spot, because we're making our peak. I do really love this pattern. So now we're going to go down. Now we're at the end, so we made 1. We've got to make 3 more sets to conclude our 4. So that's a set. That's your second set. This is your third set. And I will show you that. There's your peak. 1, 2, 3. One more here. And like I said, we're at the end. So we got to make 3 more double crochets here, or our granny stitch. And then once we do that, at the very end, you have a set of 3 left, and this chain and this opening. You're going to put a double crochet right in this opening, not in the chain, in the opening. And you're going to make a double crochet. And then you will continue that pattern until you are done making whatever it is that you choose to make. And isn't that pretty? It's just a pretty, pretty pattern. Let me go in a little more. I just love this pattern. It's just so pretty. And you, like I said, you can make it in different colors. You can stick with one color. Whatever you want to do with this pattern, you can do. And this is the Simply Easy Ripple Granny stitch pattern. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great evening. And I love you all. Bye-bye.